Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be making an awesome rhubarb tart with brown butter filling that is perfect for the summer weather, so let's get started. For the first part of this recipe, we're going to start off by making our dough. So we're going to measure all our ingredients, starting with our flour, followed by our butter, sugar, then our 2 egg yolks, and 2 full eggs. Now that everything is weighed out, we're going to be combining our flour, our sugar, and about a pinch of salt and giving that a thorough whisk to make sure everything is combined. Following that, we're going to be adding our butter. I find if you freeze your butter for about 20 minutes and then grate it into your flour sugar mixture, it helps with mixing. Now, while mixing your butter into your flour mixture, we are going to be looking for a consistency of almost almond meal. And following that, we are going to make a little well in the center of our dry mixture and add our 2 eggs and egg yolks that have been mixed together and start combining that until our dough is formed and smooth. Now that your dough is mostly formed in the bowl, we are now going to put that onto a floured work surface and knead it for a couple more minutes just to make sure everything is thoroughly combined. Now that you have a finished dough, we are going to let our dough rest in the fridge for about 45 minutes wrapped in saran wrap. I find patting your dough down helps the next process of rolling the dough out. Now that our dough is resting in the fridge, we are going to start on our cured rhubarb. First, we are going to clean and cut our rhubarb, and then we're going to start making our curing mixture. Here we're going to measure out our sugar and then our grenadine, and we're going to make a simple syrup with that. Once that is made, we are going to toss our rhubarb into the curing mixture and let that sit in our fridge for up to an hour. Here I'm actually using a vacuum sealer. I find it works better for curing the rhubarb in a short amount of time, but just tossing the rhubarb in the curing mixture is fine as well. Dough has rested for about 45 minutes. We're going to take that out of the fridge and start rolling that on a well-floured work surface, making sure to turn our dough every couple minutes so it doesn't stick to our work surface. Once you've rolled your tart dough out to about a 1/4 inch, you're now going to be transferring that to your baking pan of choice. Now that you've transferred your dough into your pan of choice, you can clean up the edges to make your dough a little easier to work with. Here you might see some cracks on the edges of my dough. Don't worry about that. The dough is very workable and you can fix any cracks that you may have made while putting it into your pan. Once all nooks and crannies of your pan are filled with dough, your next step is to remove all remaining excess dough. Now once again, we're going to let our dough rest in the fridge for about 20 minutes till it gets cooled down. And after that, we're going to now cover our tart with a piece of parchment paper, and we're going to fill the tart with either beans or rice, anything you can use as like a pie weight to make sure that the bottom of the crust does not puff up. Now you're going to place your dough into a preheated oven at 350 degrees and bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until the edges are golden brown. Now that your tart is baking in the oven, we're going to start on our brown butter filling. First, you're going to start off by weighing out your dry ingredients in one bowl, and in a separate bowl or your mixing bowl, you're going to weigh out your eggs and your sugar. Now in a third bowl, we are going to weigh out our cream and milk, and in a pot, we are going to weigh out our butter so that way we can put it on the stove and start browning it. Now for your brown butter, you're going to place your pot on the stove, and we're going to put that to medium-high heat and wait for that to foam. With your butter on the stove, our next step is to now mix our eggs and sugar in a mixing bowl, or in this case, in a mixer, until it is doubled in size and light and fluffy. Once your eggs and sugar have become fluffy, your next step is to add your milk and sugar slowly and mix that fully in, and then we're going to mix our dry ingredients in till they are well combined. Once the edges of your tart have browned a little bit, you're going to take that out of the oven and remove your beans or rice, and we're going to place that back into the oven for a couple minutes to cook the bottom. Once you have browned your butter on the stovetop, we're now going to incorporate that into our batter mixture. After that, we're going to start assembly on our tart. First, you're going to want to pour in a small amount of the batter mixture into the bottom of your tart shell, followed by your rhubarb. Here I've just cut my rhubarb lengthwise because it was a little too tall for my tart. After filling your tart with all your rhubarb, you're going to pour in a little more of your batter, covering most of the rhubarb. Once your tart is completely filled, you're going to now place it back into the oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes, or until the top of your tart is completely golden brown. Well, there you go, everybody. An awesome rhubarb and brown butter tart for the summertime. It is perfect with a little bit of whipped cream. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any further videos you'd like to see, please comment down below. Thank you.